What's going on, guys? My name's Jordan. This is my brother Jason.
What's going on? And we are the Big Adventure Bros.
The Big Adventure Bros.
You got the dirtiest window there ever was.
Sorry. Is that better?
No, it made it worse. It made it worse. Fantasy Lake.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on, guys? We're at Fantasy Lake, about to do 2 dives. Shout out to Down Under Dive Club. We're here with the group.
Hooking us up with the gear. We also have compliments to Public Safety Instructor Group, PSIG, for helping us with some extra gear and our certs, our recent certs.
Yep. So after the dive, we're gonna hit the bounce house at Fantasy Lake. It's gonna be a fun time.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it. So this is the first solo dive with the Big Adventure Bros. Getting ready to go over here at Fantasy Lake. Probably try to get 3 dives in today, but we'll see how it goes. Got the green and orange color scheme, which is what we're rocking with. Can't wait. 3 dives are the goal right now.
Let's get it. First dive number 1.
Dive number 1. All
right, let's do it. All right, what's going on, guys? We're editing the video here, and we just kind of wanted to jump in here on a voiceover and kind of explain what's going on. As you can see, we're on this dock here. It's a little hard to see. I got the GoPro strapped to my chest. We're on this dock, and we're gonna giant stride into Fantasy Lake here. So there we go. Just splashed in. Jason was the first one to splash in. And this is us checking out our buoyancy, making sure our buoyancy is correct. There's Jason. He's here with me too.
Yeah, I'm actually checking my depth, trying to get my buoyancy right. The water was not too cold. We wanted to make sure we had all our gear set up, our weights set up. But I think we get it pretty quickly.
No, those that orange necklace he's wearing, we actually made those at a shock cord to hold our octopuses. Our
secondary regulators.
Yeah, secondary regulators. Mine's green and his orange. So following the color scheme, and right there I pointed out that we were going to follow that line. That line leads to the bus, which is where we're headed to. There's another instruction group going on.
Yeah, they're working on some of their training, different buoyancy tests, getting their weights right.
This is actually the first dive that we're doing without an instructor, so it's just a solo dive, just me and him.
Getting ready to do some bowling ball basketball.
Yeah, so they got this basketball court set up with the bowling balls. Super fun little stop before we get to the bus. And I was checking my watch there. My watch beeped and told me that I was ascending too fast, which is funny. Only about 20 feet here.
Single hand dunk, getting ready to be featured with the free throw line dunk, and here coming up here soon.
Recruit them to the Lakers, boys.
Yeah, I don't know about the Lakers. Miami Heat.
Miami
Can
Heat.
you feel the heat down in your
Look at the
soul?
dribbles.
Oh yeah,
under the legs.
Miami Heat.
Yeah.
We can't. Here it is.
So I'm currently struggling with this GoPro setup. This is the first time kind of trying to film with the GoPro, and I've got it mounted to my chest, which during the second dive we realized that it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
real stoked about that one.
Check that out.
Here
you go. This is the long distance dunk.
The half court dunk.
But meanwhile, the clarity you're seeing, we're just trying to figure out the GoPro. It was a little murky this time.
Murky, and the case, the deep water case that the GoPro's in, it fogged up on this dive. The second dive, it's a lot clearer, but this first dive, it fogged up pretty bad.
Couple of platforms throughout Fantasy Lake. We're always loving to go underneath things, checking out the wildlife. There's quite a few bass, decent sized bass here.
Good old group of bass there.
If we can go in it and go under it, that's what we're doing.
Yep. So this is him here. He's seen a platform and he wants to go under it. So we're discussing with each other that we're going to go under it.
They use these platforms where, like, if you want to drop your weights and learn, different techniques, navigating, adding weight and such, you don't have to go digging through the silt and the dirt.
Yep. Now we do need to work on our paddling, our fin movement. what is it called, the frog kick?
Yeah.
The frog kick. We need to kind of master the frog kick. It's a big old bass right there.
That's old lipper right there, old football.
We were just talking about how big it is. Like, well, it's big.
The other thing is just learning to communicate. We've gotten pretty good at it. We're just a lot of our hand signals to communicate, because obviously you can't talk underwater. So this is where we have to like kind of be like-minded and kind of communicate as such.
I give the good old wave to the passing guys. Jason there bonked his tank into the top of the thing, and then kicked me in the head right afterwards. So it's nice.
It's an old school bus. We're getting it going in. You got to check out once we get inside here. The way the bubbles in the water, the air pockets settles on the top of the roof. It looks like a mirror. It's a really cool like element of going inside these buses, and then the plane later on you'll see. But mainly this bus has got a flat top.
Yeah. And this is us just re-entering that bus from a different angle. We've set up the GoPro.
Kind of a little swim through. You can see the sediment's pretty bad. It's been kicked up. There was a lot of people there kicking up a lot of the sediment.
You can see them on the left, that orange fin bass on the right, and again the fog in the case was really bad for some reason this dive. I think it was something to do with the temperature change or something. It was pretty hot out that day, wasn't it? Yeah. So the temperature change dropping in the water maybe caused it to fog.
We'll swim through.
This
is me just trying to master the sound bender, like make these little like kind of like the dolphins do, those little circle bubble type things, and I am not good at it.
Yeah, we haven't figured it out.
We're gonna keep working.
But give up on that one.
But check out that ceiling. That is so awesome with that mirror. It looks like Mercury. It's so cool. It looks like an infinity type view of the roof.
Yeah.
There's another lipper.
And those bass, they're super, like, they're not really scared of us. They just kind of swim up to you. Actually, there's these fish beds that these groupers, or what are they?
I think they're like a bit large bluegill.
Bluegill, yeah, bluegills. They actually like will come up to you and nip at you because they're trying to get you away from their fish beds.
Or he's trying to pressurize, equalize. His ears probably bottom a little bit.
Yeah.
Here I am picking up the kids from school. Come on in, kids. Time to get on the bus. Here we are, just driving along in a little school bus. Get out of the way. Get kids to go to school. Yeah, Fantasy Lake's got some really cool features. It's nice because it's not far up the road, pretty close. Can't wait to go on another dive to just goof around and check out all the cool elements in there right up the road. He's going to get himself a little ride in the bus.
Got my fin caught on the pedals there.
Little memorial for Scott Matthew.
And I do like you see the green light on my chest. We got matching. He's got the orange one and I got the green one. And that's mainly for like deep, darker environments. Like later you'll see the mrbeast yacht that we'll go to. So stay tuned, and it's a little darker in there, and those lights come in handy. I'll know where Jason is at all times because of that light, as long as he's next to me. Because at depth, especially Mystery Lake, it gets pretty dark, you can't see nothing. So
a little forward focus action here.
Yeah, they've got a forward focus here for it's for rescue training.
Yeah, they do a lot of training. They got a couple mounts on here. Actually, there's a GoPro mount right here. We thought somebody left it. We were going to bring it up and bring it to the dive club, but we realized it was screwed into the handle.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing here.
Yep. So we realized it's screwed in, and we kind of gave up on that. And I get the front door open actually here, and it's by this time the fog and the lens has gotten to where it's just bad. I didn't know at the time, but I realized after this dive that the fog was pretty bad. But this is Jason's favorite part of this whole video.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't seen a 20-foot freshwater lobster, you're getting ready to see one now.
I tell Jason to go to the other side of this car. So he goes in, and the door handle's missing on the outside. So he reaches in and goes through the window.
And then I see my large lobster friend.
Oh, there he is.
Look at him.
Doing the little lobster swim. And actually, I zoom in here a little bit.
footage isn't great, but he gets on my hand and just is a chilling right there. I
He's
mean,
just
and
part of the group.
I mean, this has just made my day. He's just sitting there with his little pinchers.
Yep, you can see him there. That's awesome. We were stoked about it. We were really happy.
And you'll
about
see
it.
here in a second how excited I really am. He just was going to hang out, and then finally he did his little scoot on out. You know,
can hear me laughing in the video.
Here we go, and I am pumped.
And I was laughing through the mask.
Yeah, they do a lot of search and rescue type things. If somebody were to drive off the road into a water situation, they'll do some training to do recoveries and such.
So this is us after our safety stop. So we did a 3-minute safety stop at 15 feet.
At 15 feet. Number 2, July 27th. Big Adventure Bros. Let's go.
Alrighty, and this is dive number 2, like we just said.
Video clarity so much better on this
So
one.
much
This
better.
is actually a rock ledge going off into the deep. Man, the video doesn't do it any justice. It looks like we're actually inside like some kind of, rock wall, cliff type thing. It's so amazing. It just drops off, goes down deep.
Yeah, I'm really a fan of this footage here. This is really sweet spot.
It's actually really close to the mrbeast boat where he sunk one of the yachts. And there's also what they call a glass bottom boat, but it looks like a just giant rusty tub.
That was me just checking my depth just then, making sure everything was good.
Here's your rusty tub next to the mrbeast large yacht, one of our favorite elements of the lake.
The one right underneath us is the glass bottom boat.
Correct.
And it's not really anything to be desired. But this is, I love this shot with all the fish. This is super awesome. Sweet. This boat kind of acts like a coral reef almost, like a freshwater coral reef. They
found a little swim through here. Cold, real cold.
Yeah, real
cold. The thermal
here.
climb here in this lake is pretty significant. It'll go from being 2 to 3 temperature fluctuation to like 15.
Yep.
Just by just a couple feet.
Just dropped 15 degrees, which is dramatic underwater. And I'm wearing a 5mm wetsuit, Henderson 5mm.
I got a 3mm suit, which worked pretty good for this, but we're just not going to the deepest part of the lake because it's pretty cold.
Yeah. There we got
a little Big Adventure Bro logo making on the moss of the yacht.
And this is the Titanic scene here.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little Titanic action.
You hear me laughing in the video here too.
It's just pretty sweet setup where we just like that yacht. To swim through is great.
And as you can see, my fins here have got these sweet green skegs there on those Scuba Pro Go Sport fins.
Yeah, and of course, my color being orange, they're not even available in the United States. You got to live in Europe or Australia to get them.
Yep.
But I, of course, made a big stink with Scuba Pro, and supposedly they're going to become available within 60 days. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. Everybody.
The only color that I want, they don't have available.
Here's Jason's failure yet again to do the O's, blowing the O's underwater. Do you see the doll head there? They do like
it's like a little like an Easter egg type thing. They'll put
hide
different things in different locations. Like that doll, we have seen her in different spots. Some people get a little alarmed because they'll put them in spots like down in the rafters and such, but just kind of makes it a little different. So every time you go dive, you see a little different things, or somebody's hidden something, and yeah.
Yep, so this is us going through. So now, what we really wanted to do was get a little swim through of me and Jason swimming through. And you can see we're communicating there. And I should have left the camera here, but I decided not. I decided to move it lower down, which there was somebody had already put a mount on the rafters here, or on the studs right here, and we're trying to mount it on. We could not get it on, and eventually we got it on, but then it got stuck.
And then the angle was terrible.
Was terrible. We could not figure out the angle. We couldn't get it right, so we ended up scratching this whole idea. But this is us just in the boat, 30 feet.
Looking at something very interesting about it.
Yeah, we're trying to figure this out, and we just can't communicate. We're rustling around. It's getting silty, you know. So
Yeah, I think at one point I got it locked in there. I was
gave up.
getting a little scared that it wouldn't come out.
Yeah, this is my favorite shot of this whole day.
Kudos to the photographer or the videographer.
Yeah, this
yours
is a
truly.
really cool shot. He's swimming out the front of the boat.
Another
beautiful
football
bass right here.
Bass there.
Just come up and said, "What's up?" Try to work on my hand movements, keep them to a limit, keep them to a bare minimum.
And showing you where I'm at, and just kind of the viz, and kind of checking out the yacht.
I think this is our personal favorite spot at Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, I do enjoy the bus because of the ceiling, what captures the bubbles. It's pretty cool. But this is just really open space.
And going into this hole where I'm going into, looking in from the outside, it's like pitch dark.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it looks like you're going into a pit, and then once you get so there, you got a little bit of the bubbles. But yeah, swimming in, it's like pitch black. It doesn't look like you're like, where am I going into? But one thing cool about this lake, there's the wildlife is not. You're not going to have to worry about creeping up on some kind of like large group or a barracuda or something like that. You're not getting anything like that in there. Fantasy Lake.
And also all of the all of the attractions like this boat, the bus, the plane you're about to see, all of it is not classified as wreck diving.
Correct.
It's because of the openings and the stuff. There's
always
openings,
an exit. There's always an exit, so you can't really. I mean, you could, but you can't really get caught up where you go in somewhere and you kick up a lot of dirt, and then now you don't have a way out. But I love this shot too, just kind of showing
where he was when he was filming
that last shot.
And we're still got a lot to learn. As you can see, our hand movements and stuff like that. It's not ideal.
We had to work on the thumbs up because thumbs up means you got to go up. And
yeah.
We wanted to do that, so that's why we're kind of doing the hang 10 sign to kind of show that we're super excited. A couple times we'll do the little smiley face type thing to communicate. Yeah. There's an example of how dark it looked coming through there. Looks like you're swimming into a hole, and once you get in there, it just lights up.
We're gonna head to the plane now. The plane, on the way to the plane, there's this beautiful spot, which is another one of our favorite spots. It's super clear here. This is about 15 feet. I think you heard my watch just beep. It was telling me that I'm 15 feet, and it thinks I'm taking a safety stop, but actually we don't take a safety stop here. We're just going to the next place, which happens to be this plane.
Yeah, the plane that we're going to go to is one of the deeper planes, so you've got a little bit of the thermal climb going on. It gets a little bit colder in there. It's not as large in the body of the plane in this particular one. It kind of dead ends at the tail, but it's a pretty sweet plane. It's got some big wings.
You see my boot here, my Aqualung boot had unzipped, so I was getting debris caught up in the boot there. So we fixed it and we're ready to go. Ready to head on.
I grabbed hold of the camera, just a little bit of filmage. I look like I'm a 500-pound seal, but that's just me breathing air. So y'all just give me a break now. I mean, I'm working on it.
And this is my attempt on the
we're going to get it eventually.
We'll get it eventually. Maybe the next couple of videos, we'll get it eventually.
Looks kind of like Ryu from Street Fighter. Yeah.
Now this is all our gear that we're diving with during this day. The only thing that's not ours are the BCDs and the regulators. You see I'm clearing air out of the BCD. And yeah, so the BCDs, regulators, and the tanks are really the only thing that's not ours. All the other equipment, the fins, the dive computers, and the wetsuits are that's all our personal gear.
Yeah, I really like the secondary regulator holders that we made. We kind of copied from another, but I used some bronze bearings to fancy up because we wanted a particular color, of course, and they didn't have them. So
I was checking my depth strips in. I was at 32 feet there at this plane. This is the deeper plane. The other plane is about 15 feet or 15, 20 feet. And now when Jason comes into this plane, he immediately sees this giant.
This is probably the largest bass I've ever seen in my life.
Giant,
It's massive,
huge fish, and you can see him right there.
Little
in
dark
the back.
shadow back there.
He's like in that window back there. He'd swum to the tail of the plane, and he's hiding. He's just kind of looking at us. I was really trying to get it on video, but it's so tight in there. See, I zoomed in.
You can kind of see the little silhouette of it, but this bass was massive.
And he swims away here in a second. You can really kind of see him move. There he goes. Yep, just swim away. It was a big fish.
It was huge.
He's dark in color, so he's an old fish. So me and Jason, we like fishing, so we're all about that. And we want to catch them, but there's no fishing here, so that's why they get so big. It's going to the cockpit, and actually, if I'm not mistaken, the battery on the camera dies eventually here. So
we did get a little bit of a swim through. I didn't have my orange light on. I tried to turn it on and off them, save a little bit on the battery, but we'll swim through. Sediments kicked up quite a bit.
Yeah, I think a lot of classes were going on today, and a lot of people were swimming through these, so a lot of sediment built up. But yeah, so we'll cut away to.
I love my big eyes.
Yeah, we'll cut away to us talking.
What's going on, guys? Conclusion of the 2 dives on July 27th of the Big Adventure Bros. Now we're going to the inflatable park.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Ready? Yeah. Hold on. Let me get my sunglasses.
Ah. You want to pause it?
Nah, that's good. What's going on, guys? My name's Jordan. This is my brother Jason. Ah, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my brother Jason, and we are
Big Adventure Bros.
The big Adventure Bros. Yeah.
Okay. What's going on? This is Big Adventure Bros.
We're gonna have to start that. Let's start it over.
That's where it's at.
Said my part.
What'd you say? You could have said something. I was trying not.
I don't know what Scuba's stuff is.
It's public.
You say that.
I don't know. Public. I don't know what it is. PSING?
Yeah, PSING.
Are you sure that's what it is?
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go look.
All right, go.
To the trampoline park for 2 hours, but right now we can't get anybody to move out of the way. But we're getting there. We got a significant traffic jam. Stay tuned to this crazy Big Adventure Bros. B-A-B. B-A-B.
You got it, Mike. Said it's canceling out and all that.
Sorry.
Roll these windows up.
Forgot about that.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
Yep.
Like everybody's coming up.
Everybody's pulling up.
They must
right
be
now.
doing the